Hello and welcome to The Real World. My name's Cameron. Thank you so much for joining us here on The Real World YouTube channel. Be sure to give us a like, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos here at The Real World. This episode of The Real World Podcast, episode 43, is all about video game movies and the Super Mario Brothers movie. Thanks for coming back. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. We're joined again by Anthony. How you doing?
Doing good.
Great. Thanks for coming back. Anthony's been on the channel before. Make sure you go like his channel, the Miss Geek YouTube channel. Subscribe to his channel. He'd really appreciate it. He's got a lot of cool videos there. So let's jump in with some movie news. All right, kicking things off as we usually do with some movie news, we wanted to talk about a few items that dropped this week. First of all, a classic, well, not really a classic, a newer Disney movie, Moana, is getting a live action remake. Did you hear about this?
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah,
Really?
it's getting a live action remake. And what's unique about this one, not only is it one of their newer ones that's getting a remake, they usually remake their older movies, but this one is also going to star Dwayne Johnson as Maui.
Really?
Yeah, so
That's
he's
cool.
the guy who voiced him is going to play him in live action, which I don't think's ever happened before.
I don't think it's ever happened either.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. Very curious to see what they're going to do with this remake. I haven't liked a ton of them because I feel like they're too similar to the originals, but this one could be different. So hopefully we get a good remake out of Moana. All right, also the John Wick spin-off movie, Ballerina, has officially set a release date for June 7th of 2024. So have you seen any John Wick movies yet?
No, but I do plan to.
Yeah, they're great. They're really good. The fourth one is out in theaters now. We did a whole review of that on the channel. And so I'm looking forward to the spinoff. It's going to star Ana de Armas. Keanu Reeves will make a cameo appearance as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that one next summer. All right, next bit of movie news is Aquaman 2 has moved up its release date. So it was originally set for December 25th, Christmas Day. They moved it up to December 20th, so almost a week earlier. And that's exciting for me because I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm a huge fan of the first Aquaman. I thought it was a ton of fun. And so
That one was okay too.
Yeah, you liked it? Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's unknown if it's connected to the DCU with James Gunn coming in. We're not sure how it's going to connect or tie in yet, but we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of Jason Momoa, he is set to star in the Minecraft movie. Did you hear about this?
He's in the Minecraft movie. Are you kidding me?
He's going to be the star of the Minecraft
He's going to be Steve?
I guess he's going to be Steve. I don't know who
And
else he would
Steve's
be.
the main character in Minecraft, so
That's what I assumed.
that's crazy.
I know. So that one has set a release date for April 4th, 2025. So it's a long ways off, but I'm guessing they'll probably start shooting by the end of the year. It's probably going to be a movie that's going to take a while to make. There's going to be a lot of special effects and that kind of thing.
You're going to have to make everything blocky.
Right, exactly. So I'm curious to see how they adapt that game into a movie. But yeah, Jason Momoa will be the star of Minecraft. Next up, Harry Potter has been announced as having a TV reboot. So they're remaking the Harry Potter film series or book series into a TV show now. They'll recast all the characters. They'll get to expand on the books even more. The order is for 7 seasons because there's 7 books. So 1 season per book. So we'll get to really dive deep into J.K. Rowling's world. That'll be really interesting. She's said to be heavily involved, and they're expecting it to debut on HBO Max in the next couple years. All right, a few trailers dropped this week. So we wanted to talk about these. I sent you these over the week. You got to check out a few of them.
Yeah.
The first one I wanted to talk about was Hypnotic. This is a new Ben Affleck film where he plays a detective. And it's
drugs.
What's that?
On drugs.
Yeah, right. And it's directed by Robert Rodriguez. He's one of my favorite filmmakers. He did the Mariachi trilogy. He did Spy Kids. He's done a lot of cool movies over the years. And he's directing this. I think it looks like it's really interesting. It looks like something different that I haven't seen before. It's kind of your classic like mystery thriller, but it has this weird element where this guy can hypnotize people. So I'm looking forward to that. How about you?
It's kind of, it looked interesting. So yeah.
All right, so the next trailer I wanted to talk about was Extraction 2. Have you seen the first Extraction?
No.
Okay,
That's why I didn't watch the second trailer because I
Okay.
didn't want to spoil anything.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, definitely watch the first one
Hmm.
and then check out the second one. Chris Hemsworth stars in these action movies. The first one I enjoyed quite a bit, and the second one I'm also looking forward to. It looks like it's pretty well shot, and it's going to be another action extravaganza. That one is set to hit Netflix on June 16th. You can watch the first one right now on Netflix. Also, Marvel dropped the trailer for Secret Invasion. This is their next Disney Plus series, which is also dropping in June on June 21st. It stars Samuel L. Jackson back as Nick Fury. We haven't seen him in the MCU in a while.
Yeah. When was his last appearance?
I think it was Endgame.
Really?
Yeah, last time I remember seeing him. So yeah, it should be interesting to see him back. There's new cast members like Emilia Clarke and Olivia Colman added. We're going to get more of Martin Freeman here. Ben Mendelsohn's back as Talos the Skrull, and it looks like it is all about the Skrull invasion. The comic book of the same name I've read, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty big story, so I don't know how they're going to condense it down for the show, but it should be interesting to see. Next up, we actually got to see the trailer for this in the theater just now, Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah.
That one I am really excited about. This is a character from DC Comics that I'm a big fan of. He's shown up in a lot of the animated series like Young Justice, Batman Brave and the Bold. He's in a bunch of different things. So this movie is the live action adaptation of this comic book, the first we've ever seen of this character in live action outside of Smallville, where he had a role there in one episode.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's in one episode with Booster Gold.
Booster Gold was in it too.
Yeah,
I think I now remember that.
I think in the last season they did one episode. But this is starring Joel Martiena. He is on Cobra Kai, actor I really like, and so I'm curious to see what they do with this. It looks like it's funny. It looks fun. It looks like it's going to have some good action in it. What are your thoughts on the trailer?
It looks pretty cool. I don't know, but Blue Beetle making a movie about him. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited that more DC characters are getting movies about them. I think that's a good thing. I think we need more different characters rather than just Superman and Batman over and over again. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with that. Next up, one of my favorite animated movies ever, Into the Spider-Verse, is finally getting a sequel, Across the Spider-Verse. You're excited about this one. What do you think of this new trailer?
Definitely. They reference Doctor Strange and the Little Nerd, which is Tom Holland Spider-Man, and all that.
Yeah, they referenced the MCU for the first time. They didn't reference MCU in the first Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
So this is the first reference we're getting for that. There's rumors that Tom Holland could show up in it somehow, which would be fun.
Maybe somehow even Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
I would love it if we get all the Spider-Men back. Why not? I mean, it'd be fun. So yeah, this one looks interesting though. Miles Morales is a little bit older. We're getting him back with Gwen Stacy. We're getting Peter B. Parker back. A lot of the characters that we've seen before, but we're also getting Spider-Man 2099, who's teased in the post-credit scene of Into the Spider-Verse, voiced by Oscar Isaac. I'm really curious about this character. I don't know a ton about him in the comics, but I know he's going to be a major player in this new movie. So very interested to see what they do with that. The villain is The Spot, who looks interesting too, voiced by Jason Schwartzman. So a lot of interesting stuff in this trailer. More crazy visuals, all kinds of different animation styles going on. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. It's coming out on June 2nd. The final trailer that I wanted to talk about was Barbie. The new Barbie movie is coming out, and it looks really weird and wild and different from what I was expecting. It looks like there's a Barbie world, and then she's going to come into our world.
I don't even know how that's going to work.
I don't either. But it's got an interesting cast. Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, Simu Liu, Will Ferrell is in there. You know, so it looks like it's going to be a funny movie, and it looks like that one will be dropping on July 21st. Before we move on to our top 5 video game movies and review the Super Mario Brothers movie, there's a couple of anniversaries I wanted to talk about. Started doing this on the channel recently. High Plains Drifter. This is a Clint Eastwood Western from the 70s that I'm a huge fan of. It's celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. It was released in 1973. And it's just a great Western, a great story. One of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies. I've got it on Blu-ray here in my collection, so I wanted to mention that one. The other one, celebrating its 30th anniversary, is The Sandlot.
The Sandlot.
Yeah,
It's been 30 years.
30 years this week. Yeah, it's pretty incredible that this movie's already that old. But yeah, this is one of my favorites too. Growing up, I remember watching this many times. And
too.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a great one. A lot of quotable dialogue,
Yeah.
a lot of good characters in there, good coming of age story, all about baseball. And so, yeah, I had to mention that one. It's another good one that I like a lot. All right. Well, like I said up top, we just got out of seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie in theaters, and we got these awesome posters. Check them out.
Look at that.
Opening week, they're giving out these posters at our local theater. I don't know if any of you out there got them, but pretty neat. I might actually be framing this one. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, really?
Really nice. I like it.
I'm definitely going to be hanging it too.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, look, this new movie comes out. It's Mario. I'm not a huge Mario fan. I've played a couple of the games.
I definitely am, though.
You're a huge fan, so you're the expert.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the movie? Just having seen it, just your overall thoughts on how they did it and brought it to life.
It was super cool. They had so many references from the games and all that. So much music.
You kept saying things.
Oh,
you kept,
yeah,
like, leaning over and you would say like something about the games. I would be like, oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's pretty cool.
They had like the Tanuki suit, the raccoon suit.
Okay.
They had Rainbow Road,
right,
which was for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
All different kinds of Mario Kart games. There's so much.
There's
I can't remember all of them.
There's a lot. Even little things in the background. You mentioned like posters that were up. Someone was even playing the original Donkey Kong game. Oh yeah, yeah, in the store. Right. Yeah, that was pretty neat. So for hardcore fans like Anthony, you're gonna love it. You're gonna get a lot out of it. You're gonna see things in the background like he did that they put in there for the fans that have been around for a long time that know all these games inside and out. For fans like me who don't know a lot about it, it's very easy to watch. It's very easy to follow. It's not like too much going on. They're not like trying to over-explain stuff either. It's just really easy to follow. You really understand the world. You get who the bad guys are. You get who the good guys are. You get the mission that they're on and the story that they're telling. Great characters, great voice cast. A lot of controversy about Chris Pratt.
Yeah, everybody hated him for some reason.
I think he did great in the movie.
I know.
I think that's an example of people judging the movie by the trailer and not the movie itself. So I think you go into the movie, you watch the movie, you're going to get a lot out of it. It's great for families. A lot of kids in the audience. They were having a blast. They were laughing a lot. Screaming at certain parts too. Yeah, it does have right. Yeah, it does have a lot of like comedy. Obviously, it's a funny movie, but there are those moments of danger in there too, which I think help kind of give you a sense of excitement to it that wouldn't normally be there. I think this might be my favorite of all of Illumination's movies. They've done some pretty good ones, but I think this is my favorite. They've done a really good job here with the animation itself. It looks great, very colorful, just like it should be as the games are. And again, the story is just very simple, easy to follow. It's fun. It's fast paced. It's like 90 minutes. It's not very long, so it moves really quick. And it's just, quality, family-friendly entertainment. So I had a great time with it. I'd probably give it maybe 3.5 stars. What about you?
5 stars.
5 stars. Huge Mario fan, so that's not a surprise. That's great. All right. Well, that's our review of the Super Mario Brothers movie. And now we're going to jump into our top 5 favorite video game movies of all time. All right, folks, it's time for our top 5 video game movies of all time. I've got a couple honorable mentions that didn't quite make it in my top 5, but I wanted to mention them at least. One of them is the original Tron. I really like this movie. It's revolutionary, what it did for special effects, computer-generated animation, and a live-action movie. Unprecedented, unheard of at the time, back in 1982. So that's a groundbreaking movie from Disney that I still really enjoy. Also wanted to talk about Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I think this is a lot of fun. It's a treasure hunting kind of mystery movie with a lot of cool action in it. Angelina Jolie's great as Laura Croft. She looks just like her out of the video game. So had a lot of fun with this one. I got to rewatch it with the commentary recently, and still holds up. I think it's a lot of fun. It's got some kind of silly moments in it, but overall, I enjoy it. Last one is Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. Not the best video game adaptation, but I think it has a lot of great moments in it, a lot of great visuals in it as well. What they did with the story by the end of it, I thought was really cool and clever. Some great actors in here too. Jake Gyllenhaal, Jim Arterton, Ben Kingsley is great in this too. So just a fun kind of adventure film. Not the best, but I had to mention it because it is one that I saw in theaters when it came out, and I still get a kick out of it. Now we're going to jump into our top five. Anthony, why don't you kick us off with your number five favorite video game movie of all time?
All right, my number five number five is Pixels.
Oh, I still haven't seen this.
You haven't seen Pixels?
I know. I still need to watch it.
I thought you'd seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Gosh.
Tell me a little about it.
As Adam Sandler in it, and
Right.
Josh Gad.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty good in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's about these aliens. They take these classic video game.
Okay. Oh, like Pac-Man. I've seen the trailer, like Pac-Man. Like...
Oh yeah, he's in it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about it. They take these retro video games, they turn them into real life kind of stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've got to check that out.
Adam Sandler. They have to stop that.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll have to look for that one and find it so I can check it out. Yeah, that one didn't make my list because I hadn't seen it. So we'll start off with my number five. It is Warcraft. I am a big fan of Warcraft. I think this is a really good fantasy action movie. It is really a rich world. I've never played World of Warcraft. Don't know anything about it, but I watched this movie and I had a lot of fun with it. It has really great special effects. The orcs look very realistic. The actors that brought them to life, Toby Kebbell is one of them, does a great job. The human cast is pretty good as well. I was honestly more interested in the orc storyline for whatever reason, but I think both are balanced pretty well. And there's some great action sequences, just beautiful cinematography here as well. So Duncan Jones directed this. He's a good up-and-coming director. He's directed 3 or 4 movies now, and I've liked all of them. So I wish it could have gotten a sequel. It unfortunately didn't. It was planning on being a trilogy, but unfortunately they never got to make the others because this one didn't do well enough at the box office. But if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a really solid, again, if you're into fantasy worlds, that's kind of what this is. Lord of the Rings-esque type stuff, Dungeons and Dragons kind of feel to it. So yeah, definitely check out Warcraft if you haven't. All right, Ant, what you got for your number 4?
Number 4 is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, okay. I like this.
Yeah,
I like this one with Jim Carrey. He's great as
James
Dr.
Marsden.
James Marsden's in it. Yeah.
Nick Schwartz as the voice of Sonic.
Right. Yeah, that's a fun one. That's a lot of fun. Has some good action. Has some good character interactions. Really enjoyed it. Let me jump to my number 4. My number 4 is Tomb Raider. So this is the remake of Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander. I think this is a better movie than the original. It's more gritty. It's more grounded. It's more realistic. It's more of a survival movie, really. And I haven't played this version of the game, this reboot of the game. I think they did in like 2014 that this story is based on. But look, I'm kind of a sucker for these action adventure type films. And so this one is one that I really enjoyed on first watch. I really want to watch it again because I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember greatly enjoying it. Some great action set pieces here, great character development, an interesting story. Walton Goggins as the villain, he's an actor I really like too. So a lot to enjoy here if you're into this type of film. Again, kind of treasure hunting, action adventure movie. That's what this is at its core. And I think it's really well done. So that's my number 4. So let's move on to your number 3.
My number 3 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
All right. So you like this one a little better than the first one?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Just more like the games.
Ah,
Which
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I like
See,
that about it.
there's another game series I never
Mhm.
played, so I wasn't really aware of any of that stuff. But I like the new characters like Knuckles.
Knuckles
Um,
was pretty cool.
yeah, I thought he was well done, and Tails as well was
Mhm.
in there. More great, hilarious stuff from Jim Carrey too, which I
Yeah.
can't get enough of.
Yeah.
All right, great. Let's move on to my number three, which is Jumanji:
Mm.
The Next Level. So I actually prefer The Next Level to Welcome to the Jungle. I wanted to put one of them on here, and I ended up going with The Next Level. I got to rewatch both of them recently, and I think The Next Level just does everything Welcome to the Jungle does, but better. That's what I feel like with the sequel. I feel like there's better action. I feel like there's better comedy. We get The Rock and Kevin Hart as Danny DeVito and Danny Glover, old men in these roles, which is so funny. There's so many great moments with them. Of course, Jack Black is back, Karen Gillan. So just a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with all the Jumanji movies. The original, I think, is still my favorite, but it's not technically a video game. It's a board
Probably
game.
mine too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but since these are both video game related, I decided to go with these, and so yeah, just have a ton of fun with those. I hope they make the third one.
Yeah, me too.
They've got to make a third one. They set it up perfectly at the end of this one. So if you haven't seen the new Jumanji movies, highly recommend those. A lot of fun, great action, great comedy. They mess with the video game tropes a lot of, they have three lives
Right.
they can live, and they can, see their kind of strengths and weaknesses, and
Mhm.
all those different kind of video game things that if you've ever played a video game, you'll get a lot out of. But even if you haven't, it's just a fun adventure film. All right, on to your number two.
My number two is Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
Ah, see, there's another one I haven't seen.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've got it on my watch list,
Right.
so I'll have to check it out.
My favorite part about this movie is that Ryan Reynolds voices Pikachu in this.
Right, right. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he's a funny guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll have to check it out. So he's Detective Pikachu, so I guess there's
Mhm.
like some kind of mystery he's trying to solve.
Yeah, he's trying to solve something with Mewtwo or something. He's a
Oh,
Pokemon.
okay. So there's other Pokemon in it too.
Yes, there's Charizard and even Charmander.
Oh,
Mhm.
awesome. Okay, I'll definitely put that higher on my watch list so I can see it soon. All right, moving on to my number two. It is Tron Legacy. As I said before, I'm a huge fan of the original Tron, but this second one is just an incredible movie. The visuals on it are stunning, absolutely amazing visual effects work. Uh, I think the cast is great. Jeff Bridges in two roles he's playing here. We have Garrett Hedlund, we have Olivia Wilde. A lot of really good music here as well by Daft Punk. That soundtrack is phenomenal.
Daft Punk?
Yeah, they do all the music in this.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Well,
they
I was also a little young when I first watched it.
yeah, you need to rewatch it because they actually
Yeah.
even cameo in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, yeah, Tron Legacy, ton of great action, just a really fun world to get lost in, a really unique looking film as well. Great production design, great costumes, just a really, really solid film on every level. Great story about fathers and sons. So, highly recommend it. I know they've just announced Tron Ares is going to be the follow up to this with Jared Leto, which I'm very curious about what they
Jared
do with
Leto.
that. Yeah. So, and they've also got the new Tron ride at Disney World, which I can't wait to try out. So, again, highly recommend both Tron movies, but the second one is one of those great legacy sequels that actually surpasses the first in my mind. All right, on to your number one. What's your number one of all time?
The Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yes, I thought you might think that. That's
Oh,
great. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, we've already talked about it a little bit, but it is a really solid film. It does everything really well. And so, yeah, I'm glad to see it's at the top of your list.
Mhm.
All right, on to my number one. Favorite video game movie ever made, Ready Player
Ready Player
One.
One.
That is my all-time favorite video game movie. I know it's based on a book. I haven't read the book. I know a lot of people that have don't care for the movie as much, but I really like it. It's Steven Spielberg, my favorite director. and I think he just does a great job with this.
I'm actually currently reading the book right now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have to tell me how it is.
Yeah,
Have you seen the movie?
I've seen the movie.
So you saw the movie first, then you're doing the book.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's been a while since I've seen the movie.
Oh, has it? Okay,
Mhm.
gotcha. Yeah, I've seen it a number of times. I get a kick out of it every time I watch it. Kinetic action sequences, super fun. 80s soundtrack, great cast. Ty Sheridan, he's a great actor. I really like him a lot. And so Ben Mendelsohn's in this. It's just got some great moments, memorable moments of action and excitement. Great story about how the real world is what really matters, not the video game world that people get lost in sometimes. It's a great vision of the future that I think could actually happen. It seems very plausible that people would just be on their headsets all day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So really liked all that stuff. I like the production design. The visual effects, of course, are outstanding. And yeah, Spielberg does it again. Again, he's one of my favorite filmmakers, and I think he does an excellent job directing this movie. So that's my number one, Ready Player One. Ready Player Two, I guess they're working on right now.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks. Well, that's it for our top 5 video game movies of all time. Make sure you leave your top 5 video game movies in the comments below. Make sure you go and check out the Miss Geek YouTube channel with Anthony. He's got a bunch of videos on there you can check out. And make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel here at The Real World, hit the bell so you get notified of all our videos. We've got a bunch of new videos coming out soon. I just did my March movie haul, so you can see all the movies I added to my collection last month. We've got some new videos coming up soon. So if you're a movie fan, you're in the right place. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you next time right here on The Real World.